Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Playoff Best Ball is here on Underdog. These are only the small contests, only $10,000 to first in the way too early wild card on Underdog Fantasy, but getting these reps in right now going to be very important for when they launch the Gauntlet, the Summit, the Mitten, all of the big contests, and I think there are some edges to be gained if we are drafting right now, so that is exactly what we are going to do. We did a stream yesterday. If you missed that, go and check it out. Right now, comment down below your favorite team to stack in Underdog Playoff Fantasy in 2024. Let's get into it. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer. All right, everyone. Same deal as yesterday. We are gonna draft some teams. Oh, let me get my screen set right. We are gonna draft some teams in the way too early wild card contest on Underdog Fantasy. Normally, this Tuesday show is a battle royale show. And if that is what you want, if you guys are into the way too early battle royale strategy, you like drafting on Tuesday, you like drafting on Wednesday, well, feel free to comment that down below as well. I will give you a quick little programming note, which is that the battle royale stream this week is going to be on Wednesday afternoon, not on Thursday afternoon. So we are going to be cooking the Sims up a little bit early, actually probably even prior to ETR doing those, which is a little bit interesting. But we are going to hop into the way too early wild card. It's already filling, man. It is already 34.3% full. We are going to confirm and we are going to hop in. I have figured out that effectively the worst position to draft from, I mean, it's got to be the one. When you look at the way the draft board goes, drafting from the 101 is insanely difficult. The reason why that is because you don't want to put a fade on Saquon Barkley. The Eagles are, very high up in all playoff anything, right? You put it in the betting market, putting into your nerd probabilities. If they win the Super Bowl, Barkley is almost assured, or if they make the Super Bowl, Barkley is almost assuredly, I mean, he's going to be the guy you need, right? He is going to be the running back that you need. He is probably going to be the highest score. I mean, for the Eagles to make the Super Bowl, I suppose Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, those guys could go giga nuclear. And weirdly, we are going to be picking from the 106 here, but I hate picking from the 101 because you are. I mean, look at this, man. Look at it's just so hard to get Jalen Hurts, and it's also kind of difficult there to get Patrick Mahomes to set up your Chiefs-Eagles Super Bowl. Who is today's Jose Alvarado? Mr. G for Gumby asking. I was debating, by the way, should I just do my NBA process on stream? Not that copy and pasting ETR ranks with a little bit of randomization is all that difficult. Oh, this is a good question. Who is today's Christian Braun, probably. Christian Braun Gumby is probably today's Jose Alvarado. But yeah, we'll think about it. Yeah, BBM playoffs, dangers for the bankroll. Well, I will say this. I gotta give our friends over at Underdog Fantasy a good amount of credit. I really do. I really do got to credit them with this one because they made the big contest $5, not $7, not $10, not $25. Now, when the real contest come around, when the gauntlet comes around, then it's going to be a different story. That is going to be $25. That basically is Best Ball Mania for the playoffs. But this being $5 means we can have some fun. We can take some shots. We could draft some 49ers teams. We can draft some Arizona Cardinals teams. We can kind of just vibe out. And I don't know about you guys, but I do like vibing out. I'm also going to turn on a smidgen of background music so that I don't go insane here. All right, we are picking from the 106. Barkley, Allen, Gibbs, So this guy's probably going to take St. Brown. Do I do... So I've been mixing this spot up. I've been doing Lamar and Flowers. I've been doing Hurts and A.J. Brown. I've done an A.J. Brown, Mahomes, and then done an Eagle stack with another AFC team. On this one, I'm going to play it nice and easy, and I'm going to take A.J. Brown, and I'm going to take Jalen Hurts, as I am contractually obligated to do at the 6-7 turn. Wow. This, by the way, would be absolutely massive news for these playoff contests, by the way. Because Hollywood Brown is undrafted, and I would assume comes back to a basically starting role. Yeah, Hollywood Brown did tweet a clock. Hollywood Brown tweeted a clock. Oh, Hollywood Brown, November 19th. So just to give you an idea of how that would potentially impact this, if you think about it this way. So the Chiefs this is just one model, but the Chiefs have a 17% probability of winning the Super Bowl. This napkin math, right? Oh, the audio port. Well, I hope it's back. Please tell me it's back and that I didn't break it forever. By the way, Orangutan Trade Salesman, thank you for becoming a member, and thank you for having such a cool name. I'd love to know the backstory there. All right, I'm gonna make these picks, and then I'll talk a little bit more about scrolling the F down in these contests. Scrolling the F down in these contests is a great way to win, great way to avoid the dupe. That's the thing. Getting duped in these contests, very, very possible. In fact, last year, the winners of the gauntlet, it was like a 3 or 4 way chop, the winner of the gauntlet last year. So that does reduce your equity a good bit because of the way the scores work. All right, so we've got Hurts and A.J. Brown. Did Devonta Smith go? Devonta Smith did go. Well, so here's the thing. We can take a Bill and a Chief, or we can take 2 Chiefs. I think, man, if Cook was here, I would say Bill and a Chief. But let's do Kelsey, and let's do a Bill and a Chief, and we can do. Okay, we should be able to get Goddard around. If we don't get Goddard, then this is going to end up being a dead team. If we don't get Goddard, oh no, I did not give up on Twitch. It is now. We are now live on Twitch as well. We are now. Thank you. We are. I just to be honest with you guys, today's been a bit crazy. We did the Swolecast. I recorded. Basically, when I record a Takecast early, when I record it on a Tuesday morning or a Tuesday afternoon and not on a Wednesday, my work week gets a little bit insane. But yeah, we're back. We're live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Davis Mattek. So yeah, if you guys want to hang out on Twitch, I would love to build that stuff up on Twitch a little bit. I mean, wouldn't that be fun? Let's see how many followers. We're up to 66 followers on Twitch. Miles Ahead 17 is in the chat on Twitch. Shout out to him. Bang. Welcome, brother. Okay. So, back to the Hollywood Brown thing. If you think about this, these guys, like, for example, Philadelphia teams, Jahan Dotson is going to be drafted so much more often than it is likely that he hits a lineup because of the implied Super Bowl probability. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I think it's probably right. But guys like Hollywood, who have the potential to score a bunch of points on teams with good Super Bowl there just aren't very many guys like that. They're just, it would be, those are unique opportunities to take. So maybe we'll take Hollywood on this team. I don't know. I think maybe that's too thin. Maybe that's a little bit too thin, but we are thinking about it. All right, did we get Goddard or did he go? Goddard went. Fantasy Freezer, owning the libs. All right, so this has got to be a Gainwell team. Damn, this one's kind of dead. My man. Okay, so how do you save a team that's dead? Because so we've got to take Gainwell. We've got to take at least one more Eagle. So we got to do an AFC stack. All right, I know what we'll do. We'll do Dobbins, and we will do Herbert. And then we need at least one more Charger and two more Eagles. No, two more Eagles. So Dotson, Aeneas Smith, whatever. But that is that is how you save a dead team. What do you do? What do you do when you get sniped? Well, this is what you do. I guess it depends on when you get sniped. I was sniped early enough in this one, so look at the board. I take Jalen Hurts here. The real answer, by the way, there's no difference between Amari Cooper and Khalil Shakir, so it was very stupid of me to not just take Dallas Goedert, because team number 2, the Josh Allen, James Cook, Devonta Smith drafter, it would have also been stupid for him to pass on Dallas Goedert. So I am not berating Mr. Fantasy Freezer. He did the GTO thing. I was the one who made the mistake there. But what you do is that is when you pivot into your secondary stuff. So I think a natural question to have in these is, why don't I just draft the same team 150 times? Well, that right there is how you end up not drafting the same team 150 times, where something relatively unpredictable happens. That more or less is how it goes. And obviously I don't have high hopes for this team returning value in the long run, but what if the Chargers are what you need? If the Chargers are what you need, then sure, it's possible. So the logical thing, then, I need at least one Chargers receiver. I guess I need I can afford to do a Chiefs running back, so I can't afford to take Kareem Hunt here. Not that Kareem Hunt is I don't know, Pirine might even be better, honestly. But I guess it'd be Kareem Hunt or Ray Davis, which is where you get in some of these kind of interesting spots. But yeah, it's recovering when you get sniped is pretty tilting. All right, so then we've got 2 Chiefs, and we need basically the numbers on this team, and Kenny Gainwell sucks, but the numbers on this team do not work without Kenny Gainwell. The math of this team does not work without Kenny Gainwell. So I'm just going to take him there because I don't care who I get between Ladd or Quentin Johnston or Will Dissly. Basically, I don't know. So, Sacrilegious or the Legendary Upside guys might tell me that was idiotic, but the cost of, for example, Fantasy Freezer, if he took Kenny Gainwell to add in another Eagle, then I'm totally dust. The math of this team doesn't work out. Now, the math is not great in terms of projected points, but there are always scenarios where Gainwell generates the points needed in the conference championship, in the Super Bowl. So now I have an Eagle, an Eagle, an Eagle. I will take one final Eagle as a pass catcher with my 10th round pick. I have 2 Chiefs. I have 1 Bill. But as long as I get the 4 Eagles, any of the math permutations here work. So I just need John Dotson. I guess we're maybe taking QJ, maybe taking Dissly. But yeah, it's never that fun It's never that fun to end up being on the outside looking in. You know, you don't want to be the Squidward meme looking at, I don't know, who had the best team here. The Lamar Detroit team. Lamar Detroit team he's a San Francisco 49ers believer. Best team here, definitely not me. The Mahomes team did the Love backstack. Pretty woke to the Love backstack. The Love backdoor and the Chargers backdoor, I think, are going to end up being my most common backdoors. I like them. I like them a good bit. I think they are fairly strong. The implied Super Bowl probability of those teams is higher than you would think. 91% to make the playoffs, 6% to win the division, honestly. Kind of wild. The Packers, 81% to make the playoffs. Very low implied probability to win the Super Bowl, though. All right, we are going to take Lad McConkey to go with Herbs, and we are going to take, I don't know, do we take Jahan Dotson? I guess we do. Why not? Not like Jahan Dotson's ownership is going to be out of control in the event that, well, it's going to be pretty high if the Eagles make the Super Bowl, actually. So it's, yeah, okay, I took Lad. I literally thought I just lost my mind for a second and took QJ. Yeah, it's so funny, Chad. I agree with this. It's you have to put yourself in such an interesting space mentally of being like, well, can this team make the Super Bowl? Super Bowl matchups of the last 10 years. Like, let's just look. Let's just look. So 1 seed, 4 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed. The Bengals actually were not a particularly high seed. Yeah, it's just all the same teams. It's always the good teams. Who is the last surprise run? I can't really remember the last surprise Super Bowl run. Maybe the Rams in 2022 was a little surprising. Like you wouldn't have guessed the Rams were all that surprising. Or you wouldn't have guessed the Rams would have made the Super Bowl, but like, man, with the information we have now, are the Giants over Pats. I'm not even talking about the result of the game. I'm talking about the winner of the conference championship. Oh, here we go. We got the 101. But yeah, and it's like that obviously can give you a false sense of security of like, who can really make the Super Bowl? And then you start to think about it and you're like, well, you get in such a narrow part of the node. Like, well, the Cardinals can never make the Super Bowl. But if you look at who can really make the Super Bowl, to me, it's really thin. Like the total number of teams that can do it, I would say the total number of teams who can't, like, I don't even really believe in the Texans, honestly. Yeah. I roughly agree with this. It's only the Lions or Eagles from the NFC or KC, Buffalo, or Baltimore, and that's about it. I'm giving like small probability to the Chargers. I'm giving small probability to the 49ers. That's the craziest thing. That's the thing that's really throwing. That's the thing that's really, and let's just see if we can do the Hurts thing. It's probably not going to happen. There's probably no way, but let's just see. Let's just see if we can get, I think that, by the way, is the correct strategy with the 101 is you want to just take Barkley and see if you get the 1 in a million. That's about it. Wow. Josh. Yeah. Okay. I remember that. And that, by the way, is a great contest. Josh Bink, the 2022 NFFC playoff contest, because he had the Rams guys early. I'll probably set those teams on stream. I might as well. Whenever we get there, I'll probably set those teams on stream. Yeah, 49ers versus Packers is a massive game this week. I don't know if I can get there, man. The Steelers are always a great regular season team, and then they just get freaking crushed in the wild card round every year. Just feels completely inevitable. Clay? What's up? What's up, brother? Yeah, it is a very cool contest. All right, well, we got to sweat through these picks here. We got 2 no Badgers, so maybe we push it all the way around. Okay, this guy's going to take A.J. Brown, and then he's going to take Jalen Hurts, and there we go. Owned yet again. That if you ever are in a draft and you see the guy at the turn not do A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, then you know you might get something special, which is what we're all hoping for. Yeah, I agree with this. I just like, sure, their probability. This is another one. So I drafted, I think, 3 Commanders teams, backdoors. The thing about the Commanders that is nice is you could pair them with the Chiefs. You could do a 5 Chiefs or a 4 Chiefs team or whatever, and then maybe take an Eagle or something, because the Commanders are a good fantasy points team. You know, Brian Robinson Jr. Wow, Goff goes too. All right, so I'm just totally screwed on this one. So I have to play this one. All right, well, let's play this one like a Texans Super Bowl, I guess. I don't love it. In fact, I hate it. Man, picking at 101 just sucks. Look at that Super Bowl equity that goes off the board. So after you've got Goff, 22% Super Bowl probability, Chiefs 17%, Josh Allen 13%, Jalen Hurts 10%. And the Ravens, I guess, are lower, only 6%. So about the same implied probability of actually winning the Super Bowl. Bucks will go 6-1 to close the season and prop beat the Vikings in the wild card. The concern I have about the Buccaneers in terms of them being a scroll down team is what is going to happen without Chris Godwin. Like, I don't know. I feel like Chris Godwin is such an important part of their passing offense. Here, I've posted the link of the playoff probabilities, and these are not very sophisticated playoff probabilities, by the way. These are just the New York Times. I guess it's the old 538 model. It's by the Athletic NFL staff. So I just consider these directionally accurate as opposed to like the greatest projections of all time. That's just good napkin math. I don't know about you guys, but when I look at the actual probabilities on like in the betting markets, it just doesn't translate for me as well. It's just much easier to look at the graph. Is really all that it is. All right, so we're gonna take Stroud, and then who do we take? I guess we take Goddard if he doesn't get snapped off here. Yeah, what else do? You take Goddard, or you take another high. Ooh, this could be a. I'm actually gonna do something else. I'm gonna spread my wild oats a little bit more. I'm gonna take CJ Stroud, and we're gonna take Tank Dell or Dalton Schultz later, and we're gonna do a weirder build here. Not weirder. We're probably gonna do a 4-2-2-2. Have you started mentally preparing yourself for the Kansas City loss at home to the Chargers in the divisional? Well, first off, if that does happen, I will be pretty well positioned in these contests because I am taking the Chargers quite a bit. The other thing is, don't be a dick. That's the other thing. Don't be a dick. I don't know, man. Can you really see the Chiefs losing in the divisional round? There have only been 12 rookie quarterbacks ever to win a playoff game. None have won more than 2 games. Washington would need to be the first team with a rookie quarterback to make that's not true, right? Right? Didn't Ben Roethlisberger make the Super Bowl his rookie year? Ben Roethlisberger. Pretty sure he did, right? Ben Roethlisberger's rookie season. Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger's rookie season. He went 13-0 and oh no, they made the conference championship. So two. There you go. Two playoff games. 13-0. I memory wiped that. I completely agree with this. The Bengals are the only team that don't get shook at Arrowhead. That is how I know Clay is a real one. He forgot to open his Twitch tab, but he's watching on both. He's watching on YouTube and Twitch. What a man. Sure, start all your pass catchers against the Ravens every week. Yeah, he lost in the championship game. So, look, if Jaden Daniels loses in the championship game, but if you use Denver, or not Denver, chat's confusing me. Wow, Purple Yosh. Dude, you're killing BRs this year. Purple Yosh has what did you win the Deposit Kingdom and you finished 4th in the big BR? My dude is killing the gosh darn game. Yeah, shout out to Yosh, man. Shout out to you guys. Yes, Washington is the advanced play. Washington is the you need Washington is a good fit with 1 seed teams, basically, is what I think. Because I agree with the analysis. All right, so we've got Tank Dell. We have Stroud, Mixon, Nico, and Dell. So we've got our 4. So we can take any NFC team. There's no good Lion. There's no good Eagle because I assume Goddard is gone. Well, sure. Let's take Bijan. Whatever. I don't love it, honestly. There we go. 2 top 10s in the Wildcat. That's my boy. That's how it's done. You are the man, C-Money. Big friend of the channel. Boomer Sooner, C-Money. Boomer Sooner. Good question, David. Is 118 too thin? And I really go back and forth on this. I've really considered, is 118 too thin? And I think in this contest, I think the answer is yes. I think maybe in the gauntlet, no, when we've got better information. David, in your case, you're saying you've got Henry at running back, Hurts at quarterback, and loaded up on Ravens, Chiefs, Eagles, and 49ers wide receiver. Well, do you have the other thing I would note is, do you have enough? Like, I think the reason why I don't do a ton of 118, 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 8 wide receiver is I think there is something to be gained from just having, like, okay, let's say the Ravens don't make the Super Bowl. And this is sort of a complex EV calculation. Like, what is the EV calculation of a 4-man team in the Super Bowl? And should you be focusing on that at all? Like, do we care at all about what your 4-man permutations would be like? Because there are obviously permutations with a 1-1-8 where the Ravens don't make the Super Bowl, but you have a 4-man roster with no running back. Like, basically, what if the difference for you was 1 carry from Kenneth Gainwell in the Super Bowl? The 1 carry for 4 yards from Kenneth Gainwell took you from being tied for second to solo first, basically. I don't know. That's obviously like a better question for, Sacrilegious or Nerdy Tenor or one of the big math guys. But my thought is, maybe I'm playing too scared. Truly, the answer to this might be I'm actually playing too scared at these games, and I should be optimizing more for first place and less for 18th place. It's totally possible, but I would need to talk to the math bros a little bit more. All right, so we've got 4 Houston. The other thing I could do, I've got 3 picks remaining. I'm really thinking here. All right, let's do 2 NFC wide receivers. So let's take well, we already did Bijan. So let's take Drake London. Well, I took Mark Andrews, so that's what you get for dicking around, Davis. Let's take Marvin Harrison Jr. Idiot. That's what you get. I mean, not that Mark Andrews is the worst in the world, although aren't there probably universes where those teams play each other in the first round of the playoffs, which would not be great. And Marvin Harrison Jr., I mean, that's also like a low conviction. Like, I think the Arizona Cardinals are drawing so dead, so dead, to win the Super Bowl or to make the Super Bowl, honestly. Like, how many points are they going to be dogs to against? I mean, even the 49ers in the playoffs, they would be big dogs. It was offered Purdy plus Keon Coleman. You're going to be so mad if you do that, though. Is 5 from a 1 seed just too thin to survive on in round 1? Have to be perfect with the rest? Or is that... Well, I mean, Chad, this is the thesis of the game, right? This is... we talked about this a little bit yesterday, but this is the thesis of the game. Obviously, the most likely scenario is that the 2 1 seeds make the Super Bowl. Why is that the most likely scenario? They get to play one less game. Even if you think the Chiefs suck, even if you think, oh, the Chiefs can't pass, the Chiefs are terrible, the Chiefs don't score any points, yada, yada. Even if you think that, they're still the most likely scenario just because they have one less opportunity to lose a game. So if the Chiefs and the Lions make the Super Bowl, the guy who is going to win these contests is going to be the guy who found a way to optimize the exact perfect roster with either 5 Chiefs, 5 Lions, or a mix of 5 total Chiefs and Lions with 5 other players who advanced. Probably guys who won their games in the wild card round just because it gives him more opportunity to generate scores, but not necessarily. I mean, like, for example, you could see a team like the Commanders put up a ton of fantasy points in a loss to whoever. It's totally possible. So you definitely, in my opinion, you want to draft some teams that way. You want to draft some thread the needle teams. All right. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might as well take another NFC player. Might as well take, I don't know, Aaron Jones. Why not? Aaron Jones or Gainwell. Aaron Jones, whatever. He didn't let me draft him. That was bizarre. What is your favorite 2 teams to stack in opposing conferences? The Ravens and the Eagles. The Ravens and the Eagles are absolutely a cheat code because they have great Super Bowl probability. They're unlikely. The Ravens are not going to get the bye. The Eagles are just unlikely, although it's possible that I guess it's possible in some world that the Eagles could get the bye. But I think my power rankings of teams based on everything, based on Super Bowl probability, how many points I expect them to score, how easy they are to stack for fantasy. Number 1 is the Ravens because there's a Ravens pick you can take every pick. You can take a Raven rounds 1 through 10. You could take a 10 Ravens team if you wanted. Ravens 1, Eagles 2, Lions 3, Chiefs 4. No, Bills 4, Chiefs 5. Combination of weird backfield stuff for the Chiefs, bye week stuff for the Chiefs, whack-a-mole on the Chiefs wide receivers. The Chiefs wide receivers the Chiefs pass catchers are not great for fantasy points. But I think basically the Ravens and the Eagles are just far and above the best teams in playoff best ball. I just think that's definitely who you want. And I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good about that. Not like I'm a genius, but if you were to power rank the teams for playoff best ball, That is exactly how I would do it. Purple Yosh says the Ravens are nice because they aren't getting the bye, but are super live. Yeah, 100%, 100%. Taking that to its logical conclusion, you definitely want some teams with exactly yes, no, that is you probably want whatever the field is doing. You want more of that combination of teams than the field. You want more Chiefs Lions combos or I mean, honestly, like, you know, anything could happen to the Chiefs. Could be the Bills as the 1 seed. I think the Vikings, Sherlock, you just got to ask yourself this. Is Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl? Is Sam Darnold winning an NFC Conference Championship? I guess, you know what? All bets are off. And to me, I don't know. You guys can you guys can say this is hot take artistry or whatever. I don't think any of the NFC teams are that good. And that includes the Detroit Lions. Like, yeah, they are the blueprint team, but like, so were the Lions. And at a certain point, you gotta make plays. I don't know, man. I know. These are hot takes. I don't even really believe that, but I do believe that. It's just something in my head. I'm like, every AFC team is better. Isn't every AFC team aren't the Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens just the best teams? Can we just be real? Aren't the Chiefs, Bills, and Ravens the best teams? And then the NFC teams fall in after that. Yeah, I like the Packers honestly more than the Vikings. I like Packers, although the field agrees with me. You know, there will be more Packer stacks. There'll be more Packer stacks in the field than there will be Viking stacks. I'm not trying to talk bad about the Lions. And the Lions were very close to making the Super Bowl last year anyways. Like, obviously the Lions are amazing. Dan Campbell is a great coach. And to be honest, I think in a way, as someone who roots for the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm actually learning. I'm learning, you know, like, well, you can kind of get by with a quarterback who's not playing that well if you get enough stuff around the edges. And the Lions are getting all the stuff around the edges. Not like I'm drafting like I'm fading the Lions or fading these NFC teams at all, because I'm not. Bingo Bongo is saying the Packers will get a wild card game, and Love isn't afraid to sing that. Yeah, the Love is a awesome fantasy asset right now. All right, well, here you go. I'm proving it to you guys. Jahmyr Gibbs. The Chiefs are playing close games, but they're winning close games. I'm not meaning to talk bad about the Lions. I'm really not. I think the Lions are awesome. I think the Lions could beat the Chiefs down. The Lions could beat the Bills down. You know, I guess the concern I always have is like, and you shouldn't speak rationally. I defy any of you to speak rationally about your team when they are the story of the season. And the Lions are most definitely the story of the season. No doubt about it. They've been the best team. All right. We've got the Gibbs start. Wow, the guy at the turn did Mahomes, AJ Brown. Now the thing I've got to worry about here is Goff is not going to come back to me because the St. Brown drafter gets 2 cracks at it. So I've either got to take Lamar or Goff. You know, I'm going to take Lamar. I will give him Goff. The Cowboys do suck terribly bad. Yeah, Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson is obviously phenomenally good at his job. Ben Johnson, another one of the stories of the season. Where's Ben Johnson? Where's Ben Johnson gonna be coaching next year? It's a good question. All right, on this team, well, Flowers win immediately. Oh, this the guy to my left, drunk on Pappy. He's tilting that I took Lamar. I think yes. I do. I've been thinking about that all day while I've been drafting these. Are the 49ers going to make the playoffs? I'm like, how do the freaking San Francisco 49ers miss the playoffs, bro? How is it possible? It feels impossible. No, he's not staying in Detroit, bro. He's such a head coach. Okay, we need a Raven or we need a Lion. Or we could take any NFC player. Wow. Do we just take Goff? Do we take Goff? I think I'm going to take Goff. Yeah, I'm doing it. That is a weird start, and I might hate it in a little bit. I wonder if the St. Brown drafter realized that I was going to do that, or if that was possible. Okay, so the 49ers schedule the rest of the way. At Packers, huge game. Massive, massive game. At Bills, I'm honestly chalking that one up as a loss. Home to the Bears, they'll win that. Home to the Rams, they better freaking win that. At Dolphins, home Lions, that's a loss. Damn, it's pretty freaking close, dude. It is insanely close. If I had to call it, can I get some knowledge on if Deebo Samuel has gotten over his pneumonia or something? Because man. All right, now we've got Laporta. Oh, dude, this is a cook right here. Because we've got running back taken care of. And we can take a good AFC or NFC running back, provided they don't have a bye. We got Justice Hill, who we can take. We've got Likely, who we can take later. Why Goff over CMC there? Well, I don't know if we're just saying the 49ers might not make the playoffs, bro. And I already have my NFC Super Bowl representative. So if I've already selected the team that I think in the first round is going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, I wouldn't want to take a direct competitor for them, basically. Yeah, Bateman is going to end up being like my most drafted player in these contests, I think. Bateman, Likely, and backup Chiefs running back Kareem Hunt, Pirine. I'm taking them a ton. I honestly, Soccer Dave does not know that these exist yet. Oh, this is a good question. Hold on, let me draft this pick right here. Okay, we need a Raven. Andrews went, so we can take any AFC skill position player. There's nothing, so I probably am just gonna take Bateman, right? No, I'll take Shakir. That's more week 1 points and a potential Super Bowl matchup. Do you think most teams taking Lamar, Zay, or Hurts, Brown at the 1-2 turn, it's more optimal to be unique like you are now by taking the QB unstacked with another player? To be honest, I think that being unique in these is a bad idea. I don't think you should really be focused on being unique or caring about combos at all, because I think the field is not drafting well enough in this contest to be worried about. Not that you shouldn't worry about it, but I'm more focused on, drafting complete teams. All right, we need any AFC running back who's playing in week 1. So that's going to be Dobbins, but I'm actually just going to take, I'm going to take Dobbins because the Raven that I get doesn't matter as much. Yeah, that's fine. I don't think that was ideal. Yes, this is the biggest edge. The biggest edge right now is drafting guys in the play. Yes, that is exactly it. That is exactly you are getting ball. If the 49ers win against the Packers and the Bills, what is their ADP going to be like in the playoff contest? CMC is going to be like the second pick. So yeah, you were getting right. Are the Ravens really that good when it comes to playing versus good teams that can barely handle a struggling Bengals team? I don't know, man. They're pretty good, bro. They're pretty good. Yeah, the 49ers could be like the Bills were last year. The Bills were going to miss the playoffs, and then it turns out they were never going to miss the playoffs. All right, so we've got... This is where we need to start hammering Ravens. We need to make sure that we get to 4 Ravens. To be more specific, I think the edge is specifically betting on what. Yes. Yeah. So that is a, as always, the chat is smarter than me. The edge is building on not a whole team of fringe, because you don't want to be drafting a bunch of dead weight. And the fringe teams are not good Super Bowl bets anyways, right? The fringe teams are fringy for a reason. The fringe teams are on the fringe because they're not very good. So you want to do like, oh, I got some Cardinals teams. I have some 49ers teams. I have some Rams teams. I have some Packers teams. I have some Vikings teams. I have some whatever. I don't know. I've got some Broncos teams. I've got some Dolphins teams. The Colts, theoretically, I guess, could make the playoffs. But you don't want to be doing that. Lions are the number 1 team in Super Bowl probability. So I don't know. I don't really view the Chargers as a fringe team. The Chargers are just going to make the playoffs, and the Chargers are just a good team. All right, so the math of this team does not work unless I take Justice Hill, so I'm just doing it right now. So we have got Lamar, Justice Hill, and Bateman. So I need one more Raven. And I could do... Well, this is Rusty, you're saying the quiet part out loud. There are guys who are going to get hurt. Okay. So I messed this one up. The Dobbins pick... Okay. So I do one more Raven. No, I do one more Raven and I do one more Lion. I do one more Raven and I do one more Lion. And it's actually, then it's 4. And as long as the Ravens don't get the bye, then we're okay. I thought I messed this up for a second, but actually we are drawing live. I just need this dude to not take Isaiah Likely. Yeah, I got to take one. Thank you. I got to take one more Lion. So we've got 4. And hey, look, maybe the Lions don't get the 1 seed. You never know, right? A lot of football left to be played. It is kind of funny to get into these contests and be like, oh, well, you know, we already know the playoff picture. Like, dude, brother, it's week 11. You don't know the playoff picture. Get real, Davis. Get real. Oh, get real. The Bengals are dead. Have you taken any Deontay Johnson? No, I haven't, but man, I guess I should. I shouldn't be such a hater. All right, Khalif Raymond or Tim Patrick, though. You guys tell me, Khalif Raymond or Tim Patrick. I'll let you guys decide this one. Whoever responds first, I will do. Khalif Raymond or Tim Patrick. I don't have a strong feeling. There we go. Oh, I did take Patrick yesterday, but I read Purple Yoshi's message first. So we're gonna do Timmy. Well, I read his. We're doing Timmy. There you go. So this one, 4 Ravens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 Lions with Dobbins and Shakir on the other side of the bracket. There we go. All right, boys. I'm going to do one more shorter stream than yesterday. I apologize for shortening the stream up yesterday. but I need to edit the thumbnail for the Takecast tomorrow. I need to set up the rest of season rankings for subscribers on the Patreon. And there's something else I need to do that I'm forgetting. Oh, I need to create the thumbnail for the Nerdy Tenor Brian Hooper Endgame Syndicate stream tomorrow. So I got to do all that. And then I got to go walk my dogs. So we're going to wrap up a little bit early. In fact, I honestly wasn't even going to stream today, but I couldn't. I couldn't hold out on you. I couldn't hold out on you guys. I'll give you a hint. I'm trying to figure out a good NORAD bunker secret computer Nerdy Tenor is James Bond style thing, you know. I couldn't figure it out exactly. But that's the idea. And we just did a threading the needle with the Ravens and Lions. Bada bing, bada boom. You guys know. Real viewers know about they know about the secret streams, bro. They know about the NORAD computer. Yeah, Patrick is on the field a ton. He just never gets the ball. But hey, what if he gets I mean, Tim Patrick is just the Juwan Jennings from last year. Tim Patrick is exactly the Juwan Jennings from last year, right? Like I can't think of a more obvious Juwan Jennings from last year than the third wide receiver on this Death Machine, Death Star team who has not really been great in the I mean, Tim Patrick honestly has been better in the NFL than Juwan Jennings was. It feels crazy, but it's true. What can you do? What can you do? Oh no, I think I might have lost my timestamps, boys, over in the YouTube video. That is not ideal. Logged me out of my YouTube account. All right. Okay, AJ Brown went, so this dude's setting me up. All right, whatever, man. I'll play into your hands. I haven't done this combination yet. I will do Josh Allen and David Montgomery. We'll do a Bills Lions. Well, look, man, it could be worthy. Guys, I literally got a critical security alert on my Google account. What does that even mean, bro? What does that even mean? 13 minutes ago, suspicious activity in your account. Am I getting hacked? Someone else might have access? God, I hope not. No, it's that I logged in on a computer that it didn't expect. Can you imagine though? Imagine how screwed I would be. Brother, I literally work from home. This computer is my lifeline. I would be what would I even do? If someone stole my Gmail, I would have no recourse. My life would just be over. That would just be it. That's so funny. You guys ever think about that? Like how close this is to all going to zero? Like your Google account gets stolen, bro. It's over for you. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back from someone getting your Gmail. Like it's that's just it. It is funny though. Don't see money says, don't be scared. It's just you. All right. We have got Bills and Lions. Plenty of Bills for I would have liked to have gotten James Cook. Fantasy Freezer took him. So we can take any. Well, here we can take Devonta Smith. And we can take. Oh, there are plenty of Bills late. So let's take Laporta. Setting this one up nice. You got me, bro. You got me. You zapped my ass. You zapped my ass, so I zapped you back, bro. And that is how it's done. I don't appreciate getting sniped on James Cook. Although this one, honestly, this is gonna be fine. It's gonna be all good. We are not sweating it at all. And I really hope that my timestamps saved already. If they didn't, I'm going to be tilted. Because let me tell you, the timestamps do make a difference. People do like having, oh, they did save. Incredible. People do like the timestamps, which I would never think of. When I watch YouTube, I never really use the timestamps. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to, threading the needle with a Lions team. I don't know, is that really useful or helpful? But people do like it. The data shows people do like the thumb stamps. The timestamps. All right. So we have got 1 Bill, 2 Lion, 1 Eagle. Fantasy Freezer took Dallas Goedert as he should have. C Money watched the whole thing. Josh appreciates the timestamps. Hey, man, I get it. Sometimes you don't want to hear me yapping. And I big time get that. All right, they're just running out of roster spots. So I need a Bills player. So we're going to do Shakir. And I can take another NFC running back. So sure, we'll take Jacobs. And now I need to take Kincaid, Coleman, Ray Davis, Curtis Samuel, Matt Collins, Dawson Knox, Ty Johnson. I mean, Ty Johnson, there's a scroll the F down. And I don't even know, should we even be scrolling the F down? And you got to remember the math of this contest is a little bit different than the math of like the really big, the gauntlet and stuff. Well, Ty Johnson has a really good role. Ty Johnson is the 2-minute back. Couldn't you just see it's the AFC Conference Championship? Look at who the running back who was out there when Josh had that final drive and scored the touchdown on 4th and 2. Look at the running back who was out there. It was Ty Johnson, bro. It was not Ray Davis. It was not James Cook. Ty Johnson actually against the Chiefs. Ty Johnson played more snaps than James Cook in that game. Counterpoint. God, it's true. Isn't that crazy, dude? It's November 19th and I'm drafting. I'm drafting for we will get. I will say this: we're gonna get a minimum of 1 injury that impacts these playoff contests. That you can bet your last dollar on. But basically, I think you shouldn't be scrolling the F down just to do it. Like sometimes in BR we scroll the F down just for ownership reasons. I think you want to have football reasons to do it here, if that makes sense. Wow. The libs making me take Dalton Kincaid. I mean, that is just shameful stuff there. All right, NFC running back. Or Ray Davis. Or NFC wide receiver, honestly. I guess we're taking Ray Davis because I'm out of time and I didn't have time to think about it. But actually, an NFC wide receiver would have been better there. Hey, man, I'm on the record as saying the Chargers can win the Super Bowl. I think the Chargers are very, very good picks in the way too early playoff best ball. In fact, I would go so far as to saying of all the teams that are not in the 1 seed, 10% Super Bowl probability conversation, the Chargers are the best. Like, I think the Chargers, if they get positive wide receiver play in the playoffs, like, dude, Herbert has a higher scramble rate than Jaden Daniels and since the bye week, and higher than Josh Allen. Herbert is like, I don't know. What do you think? Herbert's like the 7th best quarterback in football right now or something like that. He's very good. Yep. This is do the math. Chargers, good coach, good quarterback, can win Super Bowl. And to be clear, dude, I hate the Chargers. I really do not like, I'm a Chiefs fan. I do not like the Chargers at all. Like I'm actively rooting against you, but I'm taking them in this contest because I think it's pretty clear. Now, someone asked the question yesterday about like, oh, should you ever take 6 guys from one team? I think no. I think you don't want to be doing that, really. I need an NFC wide receiver. I'm gonna do TJ Hawkinson as my NFC wide receiver here, and then I'm gonna take another Packer. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Okay, well. All right, I'm also going to take Curtis Samuel. I did that, Matt. I thought I already had 4. Well, Hawkinson is fine, but I'm also going to take Curtis Samuel. Actually, if I could take that pick back, I'd take an NFC running back just because my week one, my wild card round running back scoring with just Jacobs basically is going to be a bit thin. So actually, if I could do that again, I would swap Hawkinson for like Brian Robinson Jr. just for wild card round scoring. All right, boys, we are going to wrap it up here. Shorter stream today. I will be back tomorrow. You guys know the deal. I'll be back tomorrow with Mr. Tenor. I'll be back tomorrow with Brian Hooper. This is very true. I will answer one more question because you're a Chargers fan and I just told you I hate your team. Yeah, 2 of the 3 guys are smashing every week. I'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m. in the morning with Liam. Shit, I forgot. I gotta make the thumbnail for Liam too. 10 a.m. Central Time with Liam. 12:30 with Nerdy and Brian. Hope you all have a great day. If you guys are still here, go check out the TakeCast YouTube. Actually, that's one thing you can do for me. Go subscribe to the TakeCast on YouTube. I would appreciate that. And yeah, hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys all back tomorrow. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated.